before creation, who was worshiping God?
Before creation.
Before creation, yeah. Who was worshiping God? I said before creation. So when you talk about angels, it's creation. Before creation.
First of all, there's no such thing as creation. That's the first thing. There's no such thing as creation. And let me tell you why. According to the belief in Christianity and most other religions, nothing exists. In all these religions, there is the idea that the existence of nothingness is an existence. But this was written and thought of by people who didn't understand science. Even in the 80s and 90s, there were the overwhelming majority of the world believed that the atom was the smallest thing. Well, not the atom, but that the protons, the neutrons, and the electrons were the smallest things in the universe. That those are the building blocks. And to a certain degree, they are the building blocks. But then we started to realize that in between the space of the electrons and the nucleus, which holds the protons and the neutrons, that there was matter. That matter exists even between, that there's something smaller than that. That space is not empty. People believe that space was empty. People believe that between the earth and the heavens, other than the buildings that you construct, the people that are standing around, the animals that are there, that there was emptiness. As your Bible say, that there was a void. There is no void. There is no emptiness. Matter has always existed and matter will always exist. Matter is eternal because you cannot create something out of nothing. Your God cannot create out of nothing. The only thing that happens is a transmutation of the energy that is already there, of that matter, into a different form of matter. That's it. Nothing else. So there is no creation. There is just a transmutation of one energy form to the next energy form. It has always been and it always will be. It's really just that simple. But to his question, who worshiped this God before the transmutation of energy into the known universe to which we know it today? According to your biblical stories, the angels. And the angels were in this heaven with this God until the war happened and everything was thrown into chaos. And then the earth then had to be created as your God fluttered over the waters of the deep, meaning that there was already something there and the earth was in chaos according to the story. So when this God began to transmute, there was already something. But he had his angels. That's who was worshiping this God. And here's the narcissistic behavior of this God. He said that the number of angels that numbered a third that left, that was thrown down to earth in this revolution that happened in your book of Enoch, that is actually borrowed from your Sumerian stories, that a third of the angels outnumbered the number of stars that you can see. Now, understand, at that time frame, or if you go into a if you go into a place where there is zero light pollution, you are literally seeing billions of stars. So if only 1/3 represents billions of stars, then the other 2/3 represented even more, billions and billions more stars than that. So your God had billions and billions upon billions of worshiping angels. He only put about 3 or 4 of them to work, but he had billions and billions of worshiping angels. And for this God, that's just simply not enough. And since this God already knows the story of his transmutation of creating us, oh, I need more worshipers. This God is horrible, egotistical, narcissistic, in that he requires more and more. He's never satisfied. He can never be satisfied with the numbers of worshipers. And I guarantee if this God actually exists, that after the whole Armageddon and all that happens, he'll create again. He'll transmute again. And in that transmutation, he'll make other beings because he needs more worshipers and more worshipers. And he needs to punish more people and punish more people. You see, he had his angels that he knew that he was going to end up punishing, because if he already knows what's going to happen, he knew that there would be a revolt. So he had to punish. He had a third that he was going to punish, billions to punish. But no, he needs more to punish. So then we are created to punish. And then his billions to worship him. So he'll continue. He has a very bad habit of egotism going on. And I know that people have to ask this question, and people created these religions because they could not answer one question. Why are we here? That is the question that no one can answer. No one ever will be able to answer. And instead of just being able to have the humility to say, I don't know, they have to create reasons. Oh, we were created so that this God will have something that loves him. Oh, we was created so that we can demonstrate love and patience and joy. Oh, we was created so that God can have a human experience. If this God needs to have a human experience, that means that this God is lacking, and therefore if this God is lacking, then this God cannot be God. Just say, I don't know. And then you know what? There's a lot of peace in the ability to just say, I don't know, and not even worry about it. So go ahead and think about that for a minute. Subscribe to the channel, and always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.